Hey, I'm Ed. I've consumed a metric shit ton of content during my life, and I love to talk about the things that interest me. I also love to rank those things. So I've decided to make a ranking of everything I can think of. Once per week, I will grab a random topic and rank it on my stream. From my favorite video games and animes to the moons of Uranus. I will rank them all. Welcome to Ranked Ranking. Let's start. So, we are gonna start with, I think, a pretty good choice for beginning, for a good baseline, which is Might Die. So he's Lee's father, I think, or at least like adoptive father or something like this. I don't know if even it is known, but I think that's already the point. We don't know a lot about this guy, and we haven't seen a lot about this guy. He's basically like Guy, but a bit different with a beard. So I don't really have anything against him, but I also have nothing positive to say about him. He's just like a blank slate to me. Um, his visual design, I think it's fine. In general, the visual design in Naruto, I would say, it's pretty basic, I would say, especially like the clothes, because most of these characters are like wearing something of this ninja uniform stuff, especially in Shippuden, right? Of course, they still have their unique clothing and so on, but nothing is like really outstanding to me. And actually, for Might Die, and Lee and Guy and so on, they have the most outstanding probably with their green suits. But if I would count them in, I would even put them rather to lower because I think they're a bit silly. But they are supposed to be silly, so I'm not gonna distract anything from him. Also because he's just so like neutral in the series. Like there's way not enough to tell about him. Then, oh, already like a maybe controversial pick. I think I will keep Kaguya for a bit later. Haku is a pretty solid character. I definitely like him. Do I love him though? I think I can keep him here. Again, like a pretty basic design, although he has this interesting thing that they thought he was a woman at first, right? Like he's a really pretty or feminine or androgynous boy, which I thought was a pretty interesting idea. I actually like it. Also, the mask, now that I think about it, for gives him a bit more uniqueness and all that stuff. Yeah, I think I like it all in all. Also, his power super cool, like all this ice stuff, all the ice needles, and the I don't know how we call it, the couple that Sasuke and I think also Naruto were trapped in. Pretty cool, especially for like the beginning of the series. Pretty strong start for an villain, one of the main villains, who then, oh, by the way, of course, spoilers for everybody who hasn't seen it. Like, I will talk about everything in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden to turn out to not actually be that evil, right? They are more like mercenaries, I guess. Or Haku in especially is like less of an evil guy, but just following Zabuza, right? So yeah, pretty clean. I like him. I like his power, I like his design. Nice character. Would have liked to seen more. Are we gonna talk about the reanimation arc? Because I have split feelings about the whole reanimation arc in the war. Because a lot of characters got shafted, especially Akatsuki. I think they got like an okayish second returning chance, whatever. But still, I would have loved to see a bit more of them and not just like a use for the whole reanimation stuff. Okay, next one is Parkoon. To be honest, I think all these summons will be problematic. So I would start out with neutral. I definitely have nothing good to say about him. Like he's more of an annoying character in my memory. Like he also doesn't have that much screen time. He's like kind of a know-it-all, I think. So that's what made him a bit annoying. I don't like him though, to be honest. The more I look at him, yeah, fuck that guy. let's put him there. I may reshuffle some stuff, but for now, rather uninteresting, bit more on the annoying side, so a bit lower than neutral, I would say. Kiba. Okay, let's put him in neutral for now. Do I like something about Kiba? To be honest, I wouldn't know what. He had a great fight against Sarkon Ukon. That's like his one good point, I would say. His power is interesting, I think, but feel like I feel like it could have been more like Kishimoto. Was it Kishimoto? I hope I'm not calling the wrong author here. Could have done a bit more with it. Like it felt a bit flat at the end. It's like only this, yeah, he's transforming into a wolf and he can spin around. Like I think against Naruto also had good smelling and he can like scratch you and stuff like this, but it's like this he has this one jutsu kind of guy, which Naruto also is, like with his Rasengan, right? But at least Naruto learns a bit more stuff. Actually, he also has the Shadow Claws and stuff like this in the sexy jutsu. So Naruto actually is way more versatile than Kiba, in my opinion. So Kiba had his like, what was it? Gatsuga and his Gatsuga of Akamaru, which was a really cool scene still with the fight against Sakon Ukon. But especially in his first appearance versus Naruto, or his first fight against Naruto, he was hella annoying, and I feel like he didn't redeem himself, so I'm gonna put him in rather don't like. I could put him in neutral, I can see it, but I happen to be too good or too harsh on character, so I have to see at the end. Maybe I will put him to neutral because I really don't like him. I definitely don't hate him, but I definitely don't like him either. So let's keep him there. His dog, he's like, it's like Akamaru barely has a personality. Like Pakun even has more. Well, Pakun can speak. I think Pakun was his name. Maybe I'm misnaming them completely, but that's what I remember. And the just the fact that Akamaru can't speak and kind of like is just used as his tool to fight. He's like a nothing burger to me. Like he's just a dog. Everything I remember about him is with Kiba, and that's it basically. Hinata. Oh, could this be a controversial one? Maybe we also keep her for later. Kurama. Okay, Kurama is hard for me because there are kind of like two Kuramas, right? Yeah, but they only use one. So if we talk about early Kurama, he's a fucking dick. He would immediately be on hate him, right? Immediately I would put him here. But uh, he gets this retcon where he's then good and kind of like friends with Naruto and all that stuff. And there he gets like at least you can stand him. Like for me, Evil Kurama's just like this big bad guy. Like you don't know his reasoning for being bad. It's just like he's just like a wild beast. He doesn't really have a personality, at least in my mind. Because also he was only viewed as this monster also. Like you don't know anything about him. And then you find out, yeah, okay, he actually is misunderstood or some shit like this. And a bit of a yeah, not the best retcon, but I guess it's fine. So with the new Kurama, if we keep him in mind, he is a bit of a nothing burger also for me, to be honest. He's like he lost all of his danger to me because he completely made this U-turn of being this extremely dangerous beast, and now he's just like this buddy who's helping out Naruto. Like again, you don't know shit about him. You know that he chilled with the other tailed beasts and with Rikuro Zenin and shit like that, but other than that, he's just like again just a weapon to be used by Naruto. So again, visually I think he's cool, so I could put him up on great, but all this whole identity or this whole idea switching of him being evil at the beginning and then good kind of makes me not want to put him higher than neutral. Shino. Okay, Shino is again a character we haven't seen a lot from. We have seen, I think, one fight in the Shunen arc and the fight. Oh, actually, two fights. One fight against this guy with the mask and one guy, a fight against Kankuro. So both. The first fight actually was pretty cool. I think it was an interesting introduction to Shino because he was this like mysterious guy who was really ruthless, right? He completely obliterated his enemies by clogging up his um, what was it? Some of his holes. Maybe it wasn't the guy with the mask. It was, I think, the one from Osogakure. Now that I think about it, I don't remember his name. So, but yeah. Anyways, he was pretty brutal in that fight. The fight versus Kankuro, I actually don't remember that much. Did they even fight? I know that there was something, but the fact that I can't remember anything about it tells me that it can't have been so interesting. And after that, I think he got completely gutted, right? He didn't appear in any fight in Shippuden or in Naruto again. So he kinda completely got forgotten like a bit. If I only base him on his very first fight, I think I would actually like him. But because he got such a like nothing burger and a bit like also as a comedic relief character as being forgotten and stuff like this, I also want to put him at neutral. I don't hate him, like I don't have anything against him, but there's nothing besides his first fight that really makes him interesting, I would say. Okay, then we have Shikamaru. Okay, Shikamaru is, I think that's a easy love it. Like I think most people will agree. Shikamaru is the only character in the whole universe that I can think of, like in a second, who actually has really interesting fights that are not based on just pure power and magic and stuff like this. Because he's supposed to be that guy, right? He's supposed to be the guy with the mind, with thinking, with like the tactical fights, logic-based fights, and so on. So this immediately makes him super interesting for me. And although I don't like his attitude in early Naruto with being super lazy, he does grow after Asuma's death, right? He gets more serious about it and so on. And I think this Shikamaru really is like a super cool or the best version of him, I would say. And I actually think that every fighting or shown anime should have like a character like this. Like it should be a bit like a trope, I would say, or it is, I guess, a trope to have like at least one character who's not fighting with like pure strength and only focusing everything on his biggest jutsu or something like this, but actually has interesting tactics, I would call it, or also interesting abilities because his ability is not like this typical, hey, I just throw a big ball of power at you. I actually have to think about how to fight you, especially in his in the small Naruto fights. I think all of the three fights it was, I think, in the Shunen Prüfung, Prüfung, the Shunen how do you call them, exams, and in the fight versus Temari, and of course against Tayuya. I think wonderful display of how such a character can be written. He could, of course, be even better. So if you look at, I would say animes like Hunter x Hunter, I think they're like the masters of creating these really interesting fights where the watcher doesn't know how it might end, or where the watcher's kind of on the edge of his seat, just trying to think about how this fight, how the character might win this fight. Actually, JoJo also is a great example, but there JoJo is more like a completely crazy variation of Hunter x Hunter, I would say. But still, great character. As I said, the most tactical fighter, the most interesting fighter in that section. And also personality-wise, besides this whole lazy being, he's also this cool, calm side, which is really appreciated with a lot of the characters being a lot over the top, I would say. Choji. What do we have about Choji? Do I have anything good to say about him? I really liked his fight against um, Jugo. What's his name? I think. Or was Jugo the guy from Team Taka? The fat orange-haired guy. You know who I mean? Yeah, I think he was called differently, but yeah. Um, awesome fight. Like, I think it was the first fight in the arc of the Suzuki rescue mission, and this is like, although you can say like, oh, he got strong by being slim, but I think that's actually the interesting, the cool thing, like seeing characters transform, just like in DBZ, like when when Goku goes Super Saiyan, or I don't know, fucking Cell goes to his fifth transformation just as Frieza. I think these are like the epic moments that you will remember. And this was the one for Choji. Although he then only continues to fight with his expansion jutsu, which is kind of like he just gets bigger. And I have a big dislike in big characters who are slow and strong because I have never seen an interesting fight with such a character. I think in the future I will also talk about One Piece, and I think there it's a huge issue with characters like Big Mom or even Kaido in his bigger form. Like big, small, not small, big, slow characters make really boring fights, in my opinion, and you also are really restricted in what you actually can do. What they had to do with Big Mom was they had to give her all her different ghosts and so on. I forgot how she calls them. Um, which I guess okay, but she's just a big woman swinging around a sword and like pushing fireballs and using thunderbolt jutsus on the enemies, which kind of like anybody could do this. She doesn't have to be like a big bad guy for that. So every time you have a character like this, you can't really melee fight with them in an interesting way. And I think melee fights, especially in Naruto, with the most interesting fight choreographies ever. It's crucial, I would say, to have good combat to combat, like melee combat possibilities. And in Choji's case, it's just like he does his ball, he gets big, or the coolest part about him, he gets into his transformation. So now that I thought about it, even though I like his transformation so much, I would put him on not like just because I really dislike his whole idea with characters just expanding and then just being giant and that's it. And what I haven't even talked about, his character is super annoying. He doesn't have anything to talk about but eating. He's just like a joke character. I think he gets more serious like around the death of Azuma and so on, but we don't know at least I can't remember anything about his values, ideas, dreams, and so on. Like it's always just eating and about like I guess he's I'm not sure if proud is the right word, but he doesn't care that he's that big and he's yeah actually maybe proud is the right word, and it's also kind of the thing of his clan, I guess. But it's like his whole personality just talking about food, which really gets annoying. And that's why I would put him on rather don't like. Ino, oh, another controversial one, but let's do a controversial one. Um, I think in the general, Ino's pretty disliked, I think. especially because of her character in the early Naruto's. Like, I can't remember her being anything but obnoxious and this typical. The only reason to be there was to piss off Sakura, who also a really disliked character. So a perfect match. She has a super cool ability, just like Shikamaru, I think. Um, but it's very like one shot like that's the problem. If you make an ability like this, it's really hard to make a good fight out of it because if she misses, she's fucked. If she hits, she has won. So really difficult. I think they showed it off great in the fight versus Sakura, but after that, I don't remember her ever being really interesting again. She fought with Shikamaru and Choji, I think, but I never remembered her using her power ever again, just like against Sakura. There's in general a theme of the early Naruto fights being way, way more tactical, of course, because the power scaling wasn't that off at the beginning. But still, I think there would have been room in Shippuden to reuse stuff like this. Now about her character, she gets more calmer, at least a little bit, as far as I remember at the end. Like she isn't just a super annoying girl, and actually I think she doesn't fight Sakura as often. And actually, do they? I think they kind of become friends or more like rivals, but it's not as bad as in early Naruto at least, which makes me not put her in hate and don't like at least. So I would have put her at least in neutral because I also like her design. Um, so I would probably put her in neutral, I guess. I think a lot of people would immediately put her on hate, but as I said, I think for me it's because of her power, of her also a visual design and her becoming calmer, I would put her neutral. Lee. Okay, Lee, I think is a great character. I think that's a pretty great. I don't love it because he can be a bit annoying, which is also kind of part of his character, right? But yeah, it's a bit too much at some points. Also, this whole subplot at the beginning with him being in love with Sakura and never mentioning it again. At least I don't remember it ever being mentioned again in Shippuden or something like this. Um, really weird. He had a lot of great fights. Actually, had two of the best fights in all of Naruto against Gaara and against Kimimaru. The whole Drunken Fist, super idea, like super executed. I think I would have liked it even more if he would have maybe even won with it, but then the whole plot with Tsunagakura saving all the Konoha Genins would have worked. So I will imagine like he would have won. Um, he also never used all the gates, which also would have been interesting. We will come to Guy about that one, but yeah, if his character was a bit more, I think interesting is not the correct word because he is interesting, right? He has all this the sad backlog of him being this weakling and can't being not being able to use ninjutsu, which actually also is a really cool trope. This character who has no powers or doesn't have the typical powers or is nerfed in some way in this specific universe, still finding his role and being able to use his power somehow. I think it's awesome. Um, but yes, also in Shippuden he doesn't play a role at all, as far as I can remember. So I think great is fine. Like slightly below level. Like I think now that I think about it, should I maybe even rank them between each other? I think this could also be interesting, yeah. Do I like Lee more than Haku? Yeah, probably. How do I rank those? Okay, Kurama easily neutral because he has the coolest design. Shino had a really cool fight. Can't I do this? Might die. Akamaru's just a fucking dog. Like, I can't say anything about him. Which is weird that I rank him above some of real characters, but yeah, I actually have something to dislike about those, so yeah. Um, yeah, we don't know anything about Might Die. So Shino or Ino, actually I would even put Ino above Shino because Ino also had a great fight, but Shino became a bit of a joke character. Here I think Kiba is the one who least annoys me, then Choji, and then the dog. Maybe I will even put the dog on hate because I don't know. I'm also not that much of a dog person, I guess, as I thought. Anyways, next character is Naruto. Yeah, let's keep this one for the last. Let's keep the interesting characters for later. Ten is an easy like neutral. Like she doesn't have a backstory, at least no none that I can remember. She has a really interesting jutsu. I give her that. So I will at least put her. I think even above Ino. Like I think she could have done so much, or you could have done so much with Ten. Like she's a bit like Lee, I would say. That's maybe because they're also on the same team. She doesn't use any of those flashy uses. She only uses her fucking how do you call them, shurikens and stuff like this. Like nobody uses shuriken besides the Uchiha, I think. I can't think of anybody really like using any. I guess let's call them battle items, and that's her whole thing. And they kinda did it in the fight in the war against those two fake Jinchurikis or whatever they were. Um, but kind of maybe it was too late, maybe it was not enough. She felt like such a nothing cake, and the whole fight also such a nothing cake. So yeah, I think it's totally fine to put her neutral. Neji. Okay. So Neji is again one of those characters who started out as an asshole, but became a really likable character at the end by sacrificing even himself for Naruto and I guess also Hinata for some weird reason. I think his death was stupid, like he shouldn't have died. Um, like I think Shimoto said something about he couldn't get Naruto and Hinata together as long Neji was alive. Maybe that's a myth, I don't know. But if that's the reason, that's fucking stupid. I don't see it at all. All the characters who could and maybe should have died in the war, I think Neji was completely the wrong reason. Also because actually he had a great redemption arc, right? From being a total asshole to becoming a decent guy or actually a likable guy. By the way, if it was Neji in the early Narutos, like before the fight against Naruto, instant F tier, fuck that guy, but he's supposed to be hated, right? Um, but he had a lot of cool fights then also. Well, not a lot. Like against Hinata, the fight was he was a douchebag, like, but still, it was the first presentation, or I think that if I remember correctly, where the Byakugan and the whole chakra point system was explained, which was really cool. Which then again was never used again, I think. In general, the Byakugan kind of like didn't play a role at all in Naruto and Shippuden, so bit of a waste. Then his fight against Naruto, of course, but Naruto was the clear star of that show. And then also his fight against Kidomaru, which also was super cool. Again, it's more of a like tactical fight with the whole he has to find out, or Kidomaru has to find out where his dead side is. How do you call it? The point where you can't be seen. I can't remember it. So all in all, I think he had a great redemption, as I said. Early Neji would immediately be an F tier, but new Neji I would say I actually like. But do I like him more than Lee or Haku? I think I like Haku's ability more, and Lee in general. Like I said it, I would always put him and love him. So I would put him for now at the bottom of grade. Kurenai, okay. Now tell me if I'm wrong here. But what the fuck did Kurenai do in all of Naruto besides banging Azuma and getting a child? Which is great, right? Nothing against that. But I can remember only one fight where she got absolutely cooked by Itachi and Kisame. Actually, only Itachi in this case, I guess. But like her being like a genjutsu user and all that stuff, and everything she did was getting completely smoked. It's a really bad shine on her. So normally I would put her neutral, right? Because there was nothing to see about her, know about her. But I would. Do I put her in dislike? Okay, let's see it like this. Do I like her more than Kiba, Choji, and Parkun? Definitely more than Parkun. Do I like her more than Choji? Nah. I think her design is okay, but like she's just like the she was done dirty, to be honest. Like give her at least one fight that she wins. Maybe I completely forgot something, or maybe give her an interesting backstory or something like this. But yeah, she's just such a non-character, and if she appears, she just got completely plastered. So nah, not a good character. Asuma, hmm, could be controversial because he had this whole great arc basically about him with Hidan and Kagutsu killing him. I can't remember a fight with him also, to be honest. I know there was something besides the fight against Hidan. Maybe I'm thinking of the fight against Hidan even. I think his ability is neat, but it's a bit boring. It seems almost like an ability that everybody should be able to do because he has just like fancy shurikens or kunais in this case, I guess, and uses them as like knuckle, like I don't know, fists, brass, I don't know how you call it, and just enhances them with chakra. And he has a smoke shit because he's a smoke, I guess. So design wise, I think he's pretty boring. It looks cool, to be fair. It looks cool, but like he didn't have any super interesting feat, I guess. So I don't hate him, but I don't like him. So I would put him in neutral. He had a really emotional arc, but I think this arc made other characters shine more. So actually, I would put him below. Above might die because he was actually doing something. And now that I think about it, I think Might Die was actually super neat guy. Like he was really kind. But I completely forgot it, so I will keep him there because it was too forgettable. Even if he was a really nice guy and I like nice characters actually like that. Maybe I'll rearrange him. But yeah, no, he didn't have enough screen time. I can't. So the question is more. He's definitely below Kurama, and I do like Tenten's power more. I do like Ino's power more. I think Shino's power is similar. They could have done more with Shino. So let's put it between them, right? So looks good. Guy. Okay. Now, now I think I could get some shit. The difference between Lee and Guy, I think, is Guy is even more annoying than Lee, and Guy is kind of the reason why Lee got so annoying, I guess. And maybe Dai was the reason why Guy got so annoying. But to me, he had a great fight against Madara, and who did he also fight? I think Kisama. Was there someone else? Don't remember anybody else. So the fight against Madara was awesome. I feel like he should have died there, definitely. Like it was always announced that, hey, if you use the 8 gates, you are gonna die. And this whole ass pull that Naruto could heal him, but he can't. He lost his leg and shit like that. Is like, I don't know, man. It's like It's like saying, hey, if you take these drugs, you're gonna die, and then he takes the drugs and he's surviving just because, I don't know, he got rescued. And his his punishment is not to, yeah, you can't take these drugs anymore. Like he physically can't do anything anymore. But if you could, you would again, right? He was the one telling Lee to never use them and then use them himself. And to be fair, it was to save the world against Madara and so on. I think he should have used the 8 gates against a different enemy. And he should have won, but also died for it. I think that's how I would have written it. Really pisses me off though about him, until that point, he was fully annoying to me. He got his backstory, like, oh, okay, he also has a similar past to Lee, but until then, he was super obnoxious, super annoying. So I would almost put him on hate, but I just put him on don't like him because of the fight, and that's actually all. Because what I really hated is his dynamic with Kisame, because I think Kisame, spoiler, is super cool, and him like just fucking him up without even knowing who he is, like this level of disrespect, I don't fly with that. So I will put him. Actually, I almost put him on hate. Yeah, I really don't like Guy. Nah, let's put him there. Gara. Okay, Gara also I think really beloved character. Again, if you think of old Gara, like little Naruto Gara, immediate F tier, he's just a psychopathic killer monster. I think Gara actually killed. Didn't he kill like 3 people or even more in his first arc? So definitely some shade on him. And the problem is, New Gara is like a 360, not 360, a 180. Like it's a completely different character. So I actually would again rank them completely differently. He was supposed to be written or be hated in his earlier stages. Yeah, he was just a villain, right? But as will see, you can write villains as not completely obnoxious and just evil monster. I'm gonna destroy you all. I hate you all, and so on. He has his backstory, yeah, which was sad, but it didn't really help out to show it that late, I guess. He didn't have any depth, I would say. He was like this mysterious guy who was true at the beginning. He was just like really cold and harsh, but that was kind of it. And I guess yeah, it was neat. But then when he got his shit handled by Lee, which I guess Garan needed to win because how the contest worked, but Lee really should have won it. I think everybody agrees. Like from story perspective side, yeah, he can't. I guess unless you write it somehow differently. But yeah, that fight definitely wasn't deserved for Gara, especially as his ass got handled by Deidara in Shippuden. And now that I come to Shippuden, let's talk about Shippuden Gara and the new Gara. He's basically Hinata as a man, but without the whole love thing. Like he's super emotionless. But actually, Hinata's not a good actually, maybe yeah, no, right. It's Hinata without the whole love stuff. He's super timid. He's not shy. That's true. That's I will give him. But that's what I meant with the whole love part. So he's like again such a non-character. But I don't hate him. I hate the early Gara, but I don't hate the modern Gara. So actually, do I? I don't like him. Actually, I don't like him. Yeah, I will put him on don't like, but I will put him on the top. Yeah, no. If I think of him, I'm like wasted potential. They could like these super calm characters. He's like again such a non-character. So it's either neutral or don't like, and I don't like that how he turned out to be. I guess that's the thing. Chukaku, I guess I don't like him. I hate is like really for characters who are really, really, really ass. Maybe I don't even hate anybody. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I do. There will be some characters I hate. I would put Shukaku in neutral because he's just like Akomaro, like just a beast who's like you don't know nothing about him. But again, he gets like this Kurama treatment of becoming like more neutral or even good, I guess. But design-wise, I don't like him at all. In the first arc, he's just a big bad guy, big bad monster. And the future arc, or not the future arcs, in the Shippuden arcs, he just doesn't play a role. So bottom of the list. Temari. Hmm. Do I have any harsh feelings or good feelings towards Temari? I think she was a bit too cocky and still is, I guess. Like she's not a tsundere. Actually, she is, right? Yeah. Yeah, she is, I think. I don't like tsundere characters normally, but I think because on her part it's not that on the nose. She's really just a bit of like a angry housewife kind of woman type, especially in Boruto, I think, what I've seen. Here, yeah, she's just like angry, strong woman, I guess. Or angry, bossy woman, whatever. Uh, that's usually something I don't like. On her part, I kind of feel it's okay-ish. I would put her on. I think I would put her on neutral and between don't like. Because as I said, I don't like these attributes normally, but I don't dislike her that much that I would put her below. Also, she gets better after the whole Konoha attack arc, Konoha Suna fight arc. Also, her attack against Tayuya. It wasn't really a fight, it was just a full blowout. Was kind of cool. She doesn't do anything afterwards anymore, though, so yeah, I think neutral is fine. But I did say I would put her between don't like and neutral. But I can't put her below fucking the dog. And might die. We haven't seen enough. Ah, think that's fine. Thinking about like in this area, like I liked 10-10 more, so yeah, true, let's just battle then. Do I like her more than Shino? Shino's a bit of a non-character, at least she has a personality, and the same for Asuma. So I guess that's fine. How does she fare with Ino? I like Ino's power more, and Temari stays annoying. I think Ino at least gets better, so I think that's a good ranking. Kankuro. Hmm. I think his first appearance in his first Shunen fight was awesome. The whole the whole shtick with him switching bodies with his puppet. Although don't know how the fuck he pulled it off. Or how nobody managed to see it, but pretty cool intro, I have to say. Again, so much cool appearances or first fights in Naruto. And that's the problem I have with him. He's completely irrelevant in Shippuden. Uh, but do I hate him? No, I definitely don't hate him. Do I like him? No. So he's a pretty neutral character. I think he's more interesting than Shino, but I think Asuma is cooler. So let's put him there. Baki? Yeah, fuck that guy. So what do I hate about Baki? Or rather, what do I like about Baki? What the fuck do you like about this guy? Like, he was evil and then he didn't appear again. So I think he also became like a good guy, but he killed Hayato Gecko was his name, I think. Like, bro, what did he do to you? At least he didn't kill a too important character, but bruh, he was just plain out evil and then didn't appear again. Super uninteresting character. You have no motive, or at least I don't remember his motive besides Konoha bad. So yeah, design wise also nah. That's a miss. Sakura we're gonna keep for later because she's definitely a spicy character. Okay, now these guys are just like the dog. these are such non-characters. I don't dislike them. I don't like them because, like, what can you like about them? They appear like maybe for 2 episodes, I guess. I think they appear from time to time, but I don't have anything to say about them because I don't remember them at all. So I can't hate them. Which I know it looks weird to have them ranked higher than characters like those, but these I actually don't like something about them. And about those, I can't say anything, and also might die, I would say. Maybe I have to spread those into either like or dislike, but nah, I'm just neutral with them. Ebisu. Hmm. Again, a character you don't know shit about, but he had a pretty, I guess, important, or the only important, or the most important, maybe even appearance in the written test. By the way, the written test, awesome idea. Love it if I love it when you have like a maybe not a genre switch, but uh, a different again way to show the abilities of characters where they get put out of their comfort zone. Like Naruto is all about fighting, especially early Naruto was about tactical fighting, I would say, and Shippuden is more all about power scaling and who is the bigger, better guy and so on, unless you are Shikamaru. Um, and having this like written test where you are not allowed to fight but have to solve a problem is genius. I love this, like showing how these abilities can be used in a non-fighting environment, especially as they're supposed to be ninjas, like right? Ninjas are supposed to be stealthy and sneaky, and like in our understanding, in their world, not necessarily. They are like fighting ninjas and secret ninjas and so on. But it shows how different abilities can be used for different uses, I would say. So super cool arc. And maybe that's the reason why I don't immediately put him on like neutral or hate or something like this. Maybe I'm connecting the arc to him as a character because he himself was a dick. At the end, it revealed that he was actually nice, but to be honest, at least he didn't kill anybody. He just was a dick. So I would put him on just dislike, but really, really low dislike, I would say. I could have put him on just neutral because he would have no impact. But actually, I don't like the memory of him in my head. Like this, oh, I'm so bad, and then the reveal is, oh, I'm actually just a bad teacher. Not bad teacher, but like I was just tough. So you guys are gonna put work into it. Yeah, don't like this. Anko. Anko got a bit gutted. Like I think she was super interesting in early Naruto, and then the only thing that happened in Shippuden, or maybe this was Boruto already, I think she got fat. That's it, because she was eating too much. Was it mochi? I'm not sure. Or are these the octopus balls? I don't remember. No, it was sweet, so it can't be the savory stuff. So I guess it was mochi. Anyways, super interesting her whole relation with Orochimaru and her having the seal and all that stuff. Imagine Anko using like her seal like a second form, like the other Autonins or Sasuke or Jugo. This would have been super interesting. So huge wasted potential, but I liked the whole backstory and I liked her a bit like playful character, I guess. Like she was a bit like cocky, wasn't she? But she wasn't too obnoxious. So I'm actually gonna put her in grade. I guess you could also call grade like. Yeah, I think that sounds better. Yeah, like, don't like, hate, and love it. Yeah, I think that's fair. But yeah, definitely below the others because she didn't appear that much. Here's the man, the dead man, Hayate Gecko. So actually, I'm just gonna put him on like. I don't like that he got killed. So this means I have to like him, right? He's not. I don't remember shit about him. I remembered him to be kind of chill and cool. He was the guy who kind of like led all the first Shun fights, right? And then he just got fucking eliminated by Baki. Now you could say it's the same as Kurenai, but at least he got killed, I guess. Even if this sounds weird, he gets some points for that. Uh, he he has like this. Maybe it's a bit. Um, I feel bad for him. I guess that's what I want to say. Also, he's like sick and all that stuff, and he has his girlfriend. I think is she here? I can't see her. Like, man, they didn't have to do him like this. Early Naruto was fucking ruthless with their kills, if you think about it. Who died in Shippuden besides Asuma and the guys in the war arc? Chio, who sacrificed herself for Gaara. Anyways, I forgot his name, but he was kinda cool. I remember him as a cool guy, so I will put him on like. This looks really weird. Why is he above 1010? Kuro. I just forgot Kurama's name for a second. Should he be here? Actually, I think he's more of a neutral. Hayato is a cool guy. Like, I like him. I don't know why. That's like my one out, my odd one out. You are right. Way too high. Way too high. Let's battle them out. Do I like him more than Kurama? No way. 1010? No, 1010 power is cool. Ino? Hmm. He doesn't even fight. That's the thing. It's just his character, and he has his toothpick. I think I'm giving him too much credit for his visual design because I really like it with the whole toothpick and his bandana and stuff like this. But sometimes that's enough. So let's put him there. Jiraiya. Ooh, really beloved character, I would say. Like when he died, a lot of people were upset, I believe. I was more upset about another death, which will come up, but yeah. They gave him backstory with the whole Free Sun arc. I think they didn't give him backstory from his childhood, if I remember correctly. Actually, they did, didn't they? I think that's the whole thing where he fell in love with Tsunade and so on. He was a bit like of he was a bit like of this selfless guy. Not even a bit, like completely. Great guy, great personality, cool design. The power, he's the kind of like the whole frog shtick and Rasengan, of course. I think could have done. I think my problem with him is Naruto kind of took everything unique away from him. Everything he did, Naruto now can do. Like, if you look at maybe a similar example, Kakashi and Sasuke. Kakashi taught Sasuke the Chidori. Now we could say, oh, now they're the same. They have both the Sharingan, they can both do Chidori. But Kakashi has, first of all, a different Mangekyo. Second of all, he has his dogs. And third of all, Kakashi actually is just copying everybody, at least at the beginning. And Sasuke also learns a ton of shit, but actually, just look at the one who gets his abilities stolen. Jiraiya has his frog stuff, and yeah, Naruto can't do all the jutsus that Jiraiya did, but they have the same summons, and technically, I think Naruto could summon all of the frogs Jiraiya did, and I think even more. And Naruto kind of like created 2 million new Rasengan, so he got really cucked there. But this doesn't take away that still he's a great character, I would say. Important, great scenes. The fight versus Pain, awesome. His death, beautiful. So let's put him. Do I like him? I definitely like him in this area. Do I like him more than Lee though? Because Lee is cool. But I think, yeah, let's put him here because one thing I don't like about him is this. They overuse this whole he's a pervert stuff too much. So that's why I would put him there. Same actually for Kakashi, although with him it was more subtle. Gamabunta, actually, I think that's a pretty easy. Where are the summons? Uh, nah, fuck him. Do I hate Guy really more than the dog? I guess Guy had a cool fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's give Guy some slack, I guess. But I dislike him more than Kurunai. Yeah. I think here it's like these are like why are you here? I think I like Gamabunta more than the dog because the dog is more. Actually, no, Gamabunta is fucking annoying. He's really rude. Fuck this guy. I think his design is neat, but he has a really shitty character. I guess at the end he gets like, okay, we got to do this, but yeah, you don't know anything about him, so let's put him there. Inoichi? Not sure what his name was. Ino's father. Complete non-character. I have no emotions towards him. Like, I guess I will put him above the dog because he dies. Similar to Hayate Gecko, he has like his huge moments together with Shikamaru's father, who we will rank differently. Um, I don't remember him doing anything, so let's just put him there. Shukaku, I think that was this his name? Anyway, Shikamaru's father. Um, Similar to him, died together with Ino's father in the war, but he was way cooler, similar to Shikamaru. So he's more of a character that I would consider liking, but on the lower end. Yeah, he's basically just an elderly Shikamaru, I would say. And before because we haven't seen so much about him, I won't put him in love it. Zuke definitely we will do later. Choza, I think. Choji's father. If I'm gonna be fair, I have to put him below Choji. But I don't remember him. I don't remember him doing anything besides getting big, which sucks. So I will put him in I don't like it. Don't like this design of characters just getting big. But I don't remember him being so annoying with the food. So as weird as it sounds, I will put him above Choji because Choji pissed me off. Now, okay, we could make the argument Choji at least had a cool fight. So let's balance it out like this. Do I like do I hate Guy? Yeah, no, fuck Guy. I'm really pissed about the whole Kisame thing. I'm I'm almost want to put him to hate, but he has a really cool fight, so let's keep him there. Who the fuck is this? Is this Shino's father? Like, I don't know. Like, this is the character I guess I know the least about. Did he ever do anything or show up? Straight up. Oh, fuck. That's one of the Hyuga fathers, but I don't know which one. I think one of them was a dick. And oh yeah, right. We have a Omega lol. We can put him there. Perfect. Actually, just let's put both of them into Omega lol because I don't remember shit about them. I think they were like okay, but I would also put him there. As I said, one of them was a dick, the other one was fine. I think the one who's a dick, I guess, would be an easy hate tier, but I don't remember enough about them, so I will put them on Omega lol just because I don't know which one he is. Orochimaru. Oh, I think. Do I keep this one? Let's do a few hot takes from time to time. Orochimaru, I don't like. I don't like his design. I think, yeah, the first time he was shown, he was like really creepy, right? He was this guy who fucking took the faces of other people or just disguised himself as other people and so on. He was a real ninja, man. Like, he infiltrated all that shit and almost single-handedly destroyed the whole village, just like every other villain, I guess. Um, but visually, I don't think he's super interesting. His snake powers also, sadly, I don't find super interesting. All the animal jutsus I'm not that into. I think they're a cool support thing, but that's like his main thing, right? And that's kind of making it. If Jiraiya didn't have Rasengan, by the way, I would also maybe put him lower. Also, Orochimaru is just a dick. He gets good at the end, which I think is a super stupid retcon. I think he doesn't deserve to be like he is. We never, I guess, at least I don't remember, we never got like his um redemption arc. So I don't like him. But how much do I hate him? Almost, but I don't hate him. Do I hate him? No. We will put him here. Barely on hate. I don't like him at all. I don't. I think nothing is cool about him. Maybe like the beginning, as I said, but in Shippuden he just gets his shit handled by Sasuke and by Itachi. Like holy shit, twice. No, Itachi fucked up Kabuto. Okay, but technically it was like the cells of Orochimaru and so on. Blah blah blah. He got his shit handled. Actually, he got his shit handled twice by Itachi, like when they were both with Akatsuki. Also, I don't like this whole manic, like, oh, I'm just evil because I'm evil. I don't remember, did he get a backstory? I think a good backstory could have helped him a lot. I think that's the thing that Oda is doing great in One Piece. He's giving everybody a backstory. Like fucking Senior Pink got one, right? So a really good one, by the way. But I can't remember one about Orochimaru. I think he's just a dude who wants to live forever. But why exactly? Put him there. Easy who Megalul. I think that's uh is it Sasori's father or Gaara's father? I don't even know who it is. Oh no, wait. Gaara's father was the wait, was it the Kazekage? Oh wait, Gaara's father is one of the reanimations. I don't know if they are here. Here. No, he's not here. Huh. I don't remember. Anyway, let's put him on Humegolul. The one guy with J that I can't remember the name of. Similar to Choji, his whole shtick was I'm just big angry guy. But he looks cool. Well, not as cool as the others, but just having the mark of Orochimaru makes those characters gives them a huge buff. So I will say this from the beginning. I like him the least of the Otonins, but I do think he's neutral. He's below Kurama. Kurama's the gatekeeper to like, I would say. Maybe I will put him even onto like. Because his design is actually cool now that I think about really cool. Let's put him here. Because he didn't do shit like, right? He just threw a boulder and was strong. And he had no backstory. And his design wise, his normal design is like just fat guy. It feels kinda weird. I think I just like that. I just like his design, I guess. That's the thing. And I don't dislike him. Oh, right. I remember why I disliked Choji because of all the food shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He wasn't as annoying because we didn't see so much about him. Kidomaru. Kidomaru's Kidomaru's cool. Cool. I actually like his neutral form more than his his second stage form from design wise, but I generally like his spider arms and his way to fight. So it's like a 10-10 thing. We don't know a lot about him, but I really like his fighting style and his visual design. And he didn't do anything that annoyed me. So I will put him on like. And I'm gonna go even higher. I like him more. Now Now Hayate gets a bit of the gatekeeper. Like, do I like the bad, cool, or interesting guy more than the guy that just died? Let's look at Anko. Do I like him more than Anko? Maybe. Let's let's put him above Hayate. He had a really cool fight, cool ability. Tayuya, I actually really like Tayuya. I think I'm biased because there are so few female characters in Naruto, so I kind of give them a bit more of a slack. Besides Kurenai, I really like her design. I like her power. She's one of the few people who uses genjutsus, so she will definitely be somewhere around here. Do I love her? No. I guess, to be honest, yeah. Why not above Haku? She was a bitch, but she's evil. So she's supposed to be a bitch. And I like both her designs, her normal design and her level 2 design. I think they could have done a bit more with her, but also her fight against Shikamaru. She was designed to have a tactical fight against Shikamaru, so I guess they couldn't give her too crazy stuff. But yeah, Genjutsu is awesome unless you are called Kurenai, and the hate is big against her. But yeah, I like it. I like it there. Sakon und these nuts. Um, I think they are the most creepy ones for sure. Definitely in their level 2 form, but the design is cool. So they are at least at Kidomaru level, I would say. If we go with that logic, do we go above or below? I like the design more, but I like the power of Kidomaru more. And I think they are more intimidating, so I'll put them above him. And Anko's just, maybe that's again my women bias. He's definitely not above Neji and not above Haku or Tayuya. So yeah, I think Sakon and Ukon, these nuts, can be put there. Kidomaru, great character. I think immediately I think of this area here. I don't love him. I think he doesn't have enough screen time and is a bit too calm. He gets angry at the end, yeah, but I I can't give him the love it spot. And he has to beat Lee. He's pretty cool. So maybe we will do one of those. Actually, I don't even like him more than Jiraiya, do I? He has super cool power, re relatively cool design. How does he handle with Tayuya? Do I like him? I really like Tayuya's design though. But I think his powers are similar. Hmm, difficult. You know what? No, I like the powers equally. Actually, his power is cooler, but her design is cooler. He has a sad backstory though, but he got a bit. Something was off at the end when he got angry. Actually, there was also he's glazing Orochimaru way too much. I know every Otonin is, but he especially. I think he was like the top glazer of all of them. So this would definitely put him down a bit. I'm almost thinking about putting Haku above him because Haku also was a glazer, but he didn't feel so bad. Kashi, let's keep him. Kabuto. Okay, Kabuto also had a big change in character. He started out as this good guy who in actually was a bad guy and a really nasty one because he was the right hand of Orochimaru. He got his ass handed though by basic Rasengan Naruto, which is kind of embarrassing, uh, especially as he's supposed to be pretty strong. But power scaling is fucked anyway, right? Um, but I really don't like Edo or Shippuden Kabuto. I think this whole Orochimaru thingy completely took away what was interesting about him. Him being this espionage guy, really like tricky. Here he was just a vessel to for Orochimaru and for the war. So I actually put him on. I don't hate him, but I don't like him. I think he played a big role though, and he was a bit annoying, not as annoying as Shoji, and not as annoying as Kiba, and Gaara is just bland. Gaara's not annoying, so let's put him there. Uh, Hashirama. Okay, I don't know what people think about Hashirama. I think there are a lot of glazers for him though, because he's like fairly enough Omega OP. The problem is, I think Wooden Jutsu is fucking stupid. I think it's one of the most boring jutsus, and they made him kinda like artificially OP. He's just like he's OP because his genes. Like that's like so lazy. Other than that, I think he was a great guy, but yeah, like great guy from I think his views. I think he had a great fight versus Madara, I guess. I don't hate him. I don't like him. I would see him pretty neutral, but he has even though I just said I think Wood style is stupid, like his fucking Omega Buddha versus Madara was cool. So let's put him below Kurama, I think. That's fine. Whoops. Tobirama. The Uchiha hater. Tobirama, character wise, colder than his brother, but he also didn't show as much. But what we saw was he is kinda pretty rough. I think he's also borderline racist, isn't he? If we call those Shia a race, which I guess they are not. I don't know. maybe maybe I'm going too far into this. He's just he's just like he just really hates the fucking Shia for the sake of the village, I guess. I don't hate him though. Like he has a cool design. I think his visual design, even though the Senju mode is really cool, I have to give this to Hashirama. I think his basic design is more interesting than Hashirama's. But yeah, he doesn't do anything super interesting. He invented all those cool jutsus, but he doesn't really use them. I think the only thing that he did in the war arc also is he was fucking fast. So I think he's somewhere in this area. I think he's still cool, so maybe, whoops, maybe, yeah, he's definitely better than Tenten, yeah. You know what? Let's put the brothers together. Maybe I put him too high. Or not high enough. I'm not sure. Tsunade. I think Tsunade's great because of two big reasons. But jokes aside, I actually liked the arc where she got introduced a lot, where she was introduced as this drunken gambler and kind of just like ran away from her responsibilities. It made her really like gave her a great foundation as a character, especially as she then became Hokage and proved to be a worthy person. She got her ass handed by everybody, Pain and Madara. But to be fair, everybody would get their ass handed by Madara, and Pain, I guess power scaling issue, I don't know. And she just isn't that strong. But I really like her visual design, I like her character, so do I put her and love her? To be honest, from all the female characters, sure. I like it. I don't like the whole angry woman shtick too much, but I think they handled it okay. And again, like I think her introduction arc was awesome. And she actually shows to care about the village, so she's a good person. Kizuna? Oh, actually, no, her lover. I think I will just put him in Omega Lol. Like, I know who he is, but I guess I could also put him here, I guess, between Dai and the father, because he was a good guy. But he only got a flashback. Oh, and he got reanimated once, I think. I don't even know if it was canon or if it was filler. So, yeah, nah. He's fine there. We don't have to talk about him. No, Shizuna. And Shizuna is just nice. She's just like likable, I would say. Yeah, definitely somewhere in this region, I would say. She's not super interesting, but she's just like, what can you hate about her? Actually, you also don't have to have a lot good about her, I guess. But I remember her as a really nice person in my head, especially as she was supporting Tsunade all the time and also criticizing her if needed. So yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, let's. She didn't fight, so she doesn't get in this area. But above Gecko, sure, we will keep that one for later. Kisame, love him. I think Kisame is awesome. You will see. I will. We will get now a big streak of good characters. I think. Oh, maybe not if I see the next ones. Um, I think his design is incredibly cool. Samehara is awesome. His power is awesome. His shark theme, mega cool. His introduction as this fierce, dangerous looking guy, awesome. They completely fumbled him in Shippuden. Like, it feels like he got forgotten. Like, they beat all the Akatsuki, even Pain, and then they were like, oh shit, we still have Kisame left. We somehow have to get rid of him. So they kind of let him run just suicide mode into not only Naruto but also Guy and I think no was Yamato there? I don't remember, but kind of like completely like fucking himself or putting himself for failure. But yeah, everything else about Kisama awesome. I think he also got his ass handed by Killer Bee, right? And the Raikage, which was also shit. He definitely should have gotten some W's. I think in general all the Akatsuki should have gotten more wins besides the ones who got ones like Hidan and Deidara. Nobody got nobody got their time to shine. Or not the time to shine, but nobody got like represented why they are so dangerous. All the whole Jinchuriki stuff was fucking off screen or was shown later. If they had shown this, this could have made the foundation of how actually dangerous those guys are. Anyway, White Setsu. I hate him. Like, like he's not on the level of Baki, I would say. But he's not a character. He's like a tool, I would call it. Like what the fuck even is he? Isn't he just like Hashirama's health or some shit? Now if they had just Setsu like as one, I think I would think about it differently because I really liked actually Setsu's design. He was still like a nobody, but he was mysterious. But the whole reveal with Setsu being two personalities, we come to this one later. And White says, nah, fuck them, he's just a minion. Yeah, no, he's awful. Even he at least, okay, no, Buck is really shit, fuck him. And let's put this guy also there. I guess he looks cooler, so that's why I put him there. But this whole twist was done really, really awkwardly, I would say. Like, I don't hate the whole twist with Kaguya as much as the most fans, I think. But still, it was done so poorly. And this is just such a non. Again, this is not a character. So yeah, let's put them there. I think they I think he should have given Setsu just like a proper story. Then this would be a completely different thing. Iruka. Why the fuck's Iruka here? Um, like in this section. Iruka. Iruka's just a nice guy. So I'm thinking of like Hayate Gecko. Yeah, I think that's fair. He's even nicer than Shizuna. Yeah, he didn't fight. You don't have to fight. You can just be a nice guy. He was like the father figure. He got introduced in the series really early and then never really got shown again. But he had a great impact, I think, on the beginning of Naruto. He was a bit annoying though at some parts. I think when he was fighting like Kakashi about like I'm his teacher and shit like it. So let's put him below Shizuna. I think that's fair. Sasori, I don't love him, but I really like him. I think of this area here. I think I will almost put all Akatsukis there just because they are Akatsukis, and I think the Akatsuki are one of the greatest, if not even the greatest group of villains ever created. From their outfits to the individual characters, awesome. Had a interesting backstory. Pretty interesting idea with him being a doll himself. Like he used the twist from Kankuro kinda again, but in a different way. Really love that one. I love his design, like how he looks like, even if it's a bit basic. But when he reveals himself with his what is it, scythes or shit like this, and of course the 1,000 puppet jutsu, awesome, really really cool fight. So let's put him, I think, above Tayuya. Great villain. I think Jiraiya still has a bit more oomph, bit more importance, but I'm almost I could almost switch him in between or even above the Deidara. Super cool jutsus or interesting idea of his powers, I think. Like they never explained why he got fucking hands, mouths on his hands, but I don't need to know. That would be interesting. Maybe they did and I just don't remember it or forgot it. But I think he has one of the most unique and coolest jutsus. His character's a bit difficult because he's supposed to be this like super crazy artsy guy. I don't hate it, but it can be a bit too much. But because I like his powers and also his visual design is pretty cool, I would say. Also, he fucked up Gara. I think I. Let's think about it. I am again thinking about this area, but I think he was more annoying than Sasori, so let's put him there. Also, his fight versus Sasuke was fucking bullshit. Um, I'm fine with him blowing himself up. That's like pretty cool way to end it. But Sasuke getting away with it is kind of bullshit. But I guess that's not something I can give him bad credits for. So yeah, Chio. I think she gets introduced as a super annoying old woman who or grandma who is like a bit of a cliche of this like annoyed old woman and then gets revealed to be actually nicer than she was, also with her reviving Gara, but still I don't really like her. I don't hate her, but uh, I don't know, super uninteresting character to me. I think I will put her kinda in this range. I don't want to put her below Dog though, because she still had a cool fight with Sakura. Using Sakura as a puppet was a cool idea. Also using Sasori's parents as puppets. Although I found the design of of the puppets of Sasori's parents a bit too simple. Like they could have given them maybe some more interesting outfits or some weapons or some shit. I think At least as I remember, they only had like some basic clothes. So let's put it there. Oh, true. Completely forgot about the. Was it the third Mitsukage? We don't know shit about him, don't we? I like his visual design a lot, but we don't know shit about him. I can't rank him. Only on the visual design, probably above 10. Nah, let's put him here. Somewhere here. Maybe even above Tobirama. I think he looks really cool. Also, the Black Sand stuff as Sasori used him was also awesome. Another plus point for Sasori, having the him as a doll. Actually, it's crazy to think about him using a fucking Kage as a doll. Kinda, kinda fucked up. Obito. Okay, Obito was a whole, how do you call them? A ride, an up and down slide. Early Obito, like Kid Obito, was a lot like Naruto. I think he was supposed to be like this. But he was really wholesome, I would say. Naruto was more on the annoying side. Obito was really like truthful. That's how I remember him at least. He had his annoying sides, but I think in general he did his best. He wasn't like annoying on a level like Naruto, who used sexy juice and shit like this, um, or painting the statues and just doing shit. Um, I don't remember him having a backstory before that though. So I guess Naruto has a reason, and he just didn't have one to be a brat. But yeah, never mind. He doesn't need one. Would be interesting though. The whole stuff with Rin, pretty tragic, but pretty good written, I would say. I think it was a really good introduction to him, why he became what he was. Um, but he was way stronger when or he felt way more mysterious and stronger when he was the masked man fighting against um, Minato and also as Toby. Also, Toby, true, could be a completely different. Oh, wait, Toby is Zetsu, right? Huh. Okay, that's a bit weird because I actually thought Toby was funny, but White Zetsu didn't feel like Toby. Let's not think about them. It's about Obito. Um, yeah, well, kind of in the final part of the arc, he kind of lost it all. Where he also, when he fusioned with the Jubi just to get kind of fucked by Madara, I think. But I like early Obito. So what? How am I gonna rank him? I think in general, he also got good again. So I will put him on like. Also, really cool jutsu, tragic backstory, and all that stuff. Why not here? Actually, nah, Jiraiya I think I like better. How do I? Oh, yeah, cool. He was cool as Maskman. Let's give him that credit. And do I like him more than Lee? Nah. Although he had one of the best fights against Kakashi ever. And he had this tragic. Yeah, no. I think, yeah. His whole backstory and him becoming good again and sacrificing himself. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to put him there. Danzo, fuck this guy. He is supposed to be hated, so that's an easy hate him. Like this guy is kind of like the worst person in Konoha, I think. You could argue that he was necessary, so the whole Uchiha attack wouldn't work. So he kind of used or forced Itachi to do all that shit. But this doesn't make him a good character. He's doing it all for his own good, so no, fuck this. He's not doing anything for the fucking village. He's just craving for power. So fuck this guy. Sai got introduced as a huge douchebag because of his non-ability to show and understand emotions. But he got better over time. But he stayed this really calm, too calm character. So I'm thinking like kind of Shino level. I really like his power though. It's super interesting. It looks really cool. I mean, that's the point of his power. It's supposed to look really cool. But did he actually do anything? I don't remember a single fight with him. Like a real like, oh yeah, he beat that guy. He fought against Naruto, and I think he helped out against Orochimaru on the bridge or in the hideout versus Sasuke. But after that, I can't remember shit. Was he even? Oh, I think he didn't appear like a lot anymore. So pretty safe neutral. But because his jutsu is so cool, I will put him. I think here. I why did let's do it like this. Yamato. Um, Now Yamato has a problem. He uses wood jutsu, which I think is pretty stupid, and he can't summon the cool Buddha that Hashirama has, and he isn't as strong as Hashirama, and he got kinda completely fucked over at the whole war arc. Also, he was like this, hey, I'm the new guy. Kakashi won't be your sensei for a while. It's like the substitute teacher. He's not a bad guy, so I don't hate him, but he's really like, ugh. So I would put him even below Dai, because Dai at least I have remembered. Actually, okay, no, he has more screen time than Dai, so let's put him there. I know he's not a bad guy, but no, he done. Okay, now again, I think this might be controversial. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who hate him, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who like him, and I'm one of them. I will immediately put Hidan, I think, here because he's still a really evil guy. Like it's like really crazy, but he's supposed to be that, right? What I really like about Hidan, first of all, his his visual design in his normal form is not that interesting. His awake design is awesome. I think his scythe is pretty cool, even if it's just a scythe. I like his style though, like this whole he's a completely insane person, and the final point is ability. It's super cool. Again, this is like this whole everybody who fights and against Shikamaru and is around him most of the time has some cool shit they can do, and his shit is definitely awesome. Like, and he actually did kill somebody with it. I am even of the opinion he could have done a lot more damage. I actually hate it when you kill off characters without reason, but I think everybody who was killed in Naruto besides maybe Neji was kinda and of course Ayato, Gecko, was kinda handled fine or even good. Like I think Azuma's death was great. It wasn't for shock value or anything like this. For some instant on some level of course, yeah it is, but it wasn't like on Attack on Titan level, I would say, or Game of Thrones level. Um, but I think they could have really made him a menace, like because that's his whole shtick, right? Just fucking killing people. Maybe just kill off some random ninjas. Why not? I guess it would have pushed the ratings, the age restrictions up a bit, but why not? Kakuzu. Okay, Kakuzu is probably besides Tetsu my least favorite Akatsuki. Just because his values are pretty boring. It's like money. I like money. It's like, yeah, fair. You can kill for money, but you don't have to go that far. I think it's super interesting that he has these different hearts and also his whole tentacle shtick. And kind of similar to Kakashi being able to use different elements and no, not coping jutsus, but kind of coping jutsus, I guess, by stealing them. I think that's pretty cool. I think his basic design, it's a bit mysterious, yeah, but a bit bland, boring. His awakened design is definitely more interesting, especially as you can see him actually like having hands, shit like this. But yeah, I would definitely put him, I say, in the lower spectrum. I still like the Katsukis too much to put them any lower than here. So let's put him there. The third Hokage. Okay. Maybe again a hot take. I think there are a lot of people glazing this guy because he's Hokage and he's super strong and so on. But honestly, if you think about him, what the fuck did he do? He fought off the Kyuubi, Kurama. I give him that much. But it was kind of a shared effort, right? Because everybody in the fucking village helped out. And thinking about his powers, he has his stick, which can form into an ape, Enma, I think, which is cool. Actually, I think even cooler than himself. Then he can use, I think, every element, kind of like Kakashi, but it was not even used that much as in my memory at least. And the reanimation jutsu, which was a really cool scene when it was used first. But that's the problem. This kinda is the only thing at least I remember him for Enma and for his reanimation jutsu. So everybody he did was he killed himself to debuff Orochimaru for a few years. Fair. Orochimaru couldn't do shit, but actually he could do shit because he just uses all his fucking subordinates to do all his stuff. So kinda useless. Also, he was a horrendous Hokage because he didn't do shit about all the, I would say, problems between the Uchiha and the village. He's also a reason why the whole massacre happened with Itachi. Like, I'm not saying like I'm not giving him all the fault, but he was a pretty shitty Hokage, I would say. So that's why I don't like him. I would even say I dislike him more than Orochimaru. No, I don't. Fuck Orochimaru. Um, but yeah, really, really close to hate. Like, not a good character. Suigetsu. I first thing when I think of Suigetsu, I like his design and I like his character. Like he's this a bit he's a bit stupid, I think, if I remember correctly, but he has a character. Like he was to a girl I would say tomboyish, but he is already a dude, so he's a bit rougher, a bit more aggressive, I would say. I think it's interesting that he uses the swords of the Seven Swordsmen, but I think they could have used him way more by somehow making him use all of the swords, maybe, or I don't know, somehow making use of them because the Seven Swordsmen got kind of like completely forgotten, and he could have been the one who could have brought them back, I guess. But yeah, even without that, I think pretty interesting. I like his water style jutsus. I like him also fighting with with not only Samehada but also with Zabuza's sword. So I would put him in like, and but I would probably cut it after Haku. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now, Karin. Fuck that bitch. Like, like Danzo is the devil, but not a cool devil. And she is just fucking annoying. I can't remember a single thing where she didn't annoy me. I know she also got, I think, a bit of a redemption arc where she also helped like Sakura deliver the baby and so on, I think. But this was all off screen and this whole she's even more obnoxious than Sakura in the whole glazing Sasuke thing. And she didn't have any any on not enough on-screen redemption to make any of this good. Also, her powers are shit. So yeah, let's not talk about her. Wait, that's Jugo, right? I think that's Jugo. I talked so much about the second forms being cool with the Otonens, but his is not hitting at all. I think he really fucked up with him. And that's the problem. These guys are super carried by their forms. Not all of them, but yeah, some of them, especially him. I think for Jugo, it was just not enough. For him, it was maybe even a debuff. All he is like this really timid guy, which is already like boring, see Gara. But then he's also super crazy and just like screeching like ADAS fucking didn't have any Benadryl. Was it Benadryl? I don't remember. Or too much Benadryl, I don't fucking know. Just like fucking screeching around and just screaming like a wild animal, which makes him really annoying. So I don't like him. I don't hate him, but I don't like him. I don't like him that much that I would put him here. Actually, no, fuck him. Rin. Rin didn't get a lot of screen time. Actually, why did I not revive her? I guess children can't be revived and she wouldn't be as useful. True. She was only a Jinchuriki. She couldn't do shit. So she was just a wholesome character. She's just like a Shizuna to me. So pretty easy. She got more impact than Shizuna though with her whole arc. Really tragic arc against in comparison to Shizuna. Minato's awesome. Minato's really cool. I think he's overhyped. So I know a lot of people who completely glaze this guy to the sky. But in general, I would put him on either high like it or low love it. So let's put him low love it because I think his design is cool. I don't completely like his hair. It looks a bit weird. Like something is off. Like it looks like he wanted to do Naruto but didn't know how to adjust the hairstyle. It borderline looks like a Fukuhila. I think it's called a mullet in or mullet in English. So yeah, something about the visual design is off. And I just realized he doesn't have his own clothes. He's either wearing the Jonin outfit or the Okage outfit. So actually, I would be interested how he would look like with his own clothes. But this is, I guess, true for all the Jonins, right? Kakashi also doesn't have clothes, and their clothes below the jacket doesn't count. It's just like a blue overall. But let's not talk about the visual design. He has one of the coolest abilities in the whole universe. This whole teleportation shit, which I guess technically also Tobirama has, but he is combining it with the Rasengan, which is fucking awesome. Also, he's just a great character and like wholesome guy. Um, his whole scene with Naruto is really lovely. So let's put him there. Conan. Now Conan doesn't have a lot of screen time compared to Nagato or Pain, however you wanna call him. Um, so, but what I can say, I really like her visual design. I think from all the female characters, besides the two awesome arguments for Tsunade, she has the most, she has the best visual design, I think. I don't like the piercing on the lip though. I think I would have liked it maybe on another place. I just don't like these kinds of piercings. I don't hate all kinds of piercings, but this one kinda feels a bit off. But that's just my taste, I guess. But it's still visual design, it's alright. Um, and I guess it's also kind of the point to make her look more rebellious and less, maybe even feminine. I don't know. Um, but yeah, enough about the visual design. Great visual design in general. Just wanna say it like this. Her jutsu, awesome. I think it's super cool, super interesting. I wish they would have done more with it, and I wish she could have fought more. But just because of her cool jutsu, also she has a good heart. I immediately think in this area. Actually, yeah, I like him more than Kakutsu and all of those guys. Do I like him more than Sasori? You know what? Yes, but I like Hidan more, so let's put him there. Oh, how was this guy called? Was it Hanzo? He was just a dick, wasn't he? Yeah, I think that's. I could put him on Humega Lul on neutral, but I think it was just a shitty guy. Like, nothing to say about him. I don't remember a lot besides just negativity. Not enough to hate him. Like, these guys, eh, really like, no. He, I guess, fine, but they should have showed more about him, I guess. Nagato. Nagato has a pretty fucked up visual design, like based on this picture especially. But the normal Nagato, I guess, just yeah, is a dude with red hair, nothing special. Rinnegan though, so this makes him a bit more interesting. Really calm guy, gets angry or gets his whole worldview because all the shit that happened. Sad backstory, of course. But to be honest, if we think of Nagato as pain, let's do it this way. Because here Yahiko, I will think of as Yahiko as when he was human, not as pain. I will think of Nagato as pain, as the pain who fought Jiraiya. I think he's awesome. I think pain, or Yahiko in this case, awesome visual design. But actually now I can't really rate him on visual design, right? Okay, let's do it like this. I would have put Yahiko on Omega Lul everywhere because I don't remember shit about Yahiko. He was like a good guy. That's it. Pain. Let's say this is Pain, not Yahiko. Immediate. Even no, fuck this. I love him. I think Pain is awesome. I think Pain is. I think Pain is this awesome. Yeah. Love his visual design. Love his power. Love his whole intensity. His impact on the whole fucking world. And yeah, I guess even if it's Nagato who's controlling him, let's look at him as his own character. And let's look at Nagato as the guy who got reanimated and from the backstory and who Naruto talked to, like in this form. This one, really bland. Don't like it. Like it's like a complete switch. Pain or Yahiko is this immense, dangerous character, and Nagato is the exact opposite, which is maybe what was intended with that. But this one I didn't really like. I don't hate him, but I can't put him anywhere here. So I have to put him somewhere around here. I guess because he's still like a good guy at heart and he has an at least interesting visual design, I will put him around somewhere here. Tenten somehow is like my border. Like I'm borderline about to say that I like Tenten, but she's too bland. I really like her jutsu, so let's put him around there. I know a lot of people will be fucking angry that I put so many people below Tenten, but I kind of need her to balance out everything in my brain, and of course this guy. Madara in Celestia, probably yeah, probably the new leader. I mean, I don't know what to hate about this guy. I guess yeah, if you don't like evil characters, yeah. But there's a thin line between an evil character who's just like Orochimaru, just like, why the fuck are you doing what you're doing? I guess yeah, he wants to be what is it called? No, live forever, whatever. But his whole attitude and what he does, he gets fucked by everybody. Like the only yeah, he did almost destroy the village with the help of Tsunagakuro. But then he got his ass handed all the time. If we look at Orochimaru from the really early beginning where he put the mark on Sasuke, completely different topic. But this Orochimaru I really don't like. Also all this whole like slimy art of him being like this evil, like obviously evil character just for the sake of being evil. Yeah, don't like it. And Madara's the exact opposite. Although Madara becomes kind of like it at the end of the war arc, but we don't think about the end of the war arc because this character also appears, right? Um, but before that, this whole entrance of Madara fighting against all the Kage is one of the sickest entrances and fights in general in the whole series. This arc alone is worth all the problems, or this fight, or this entrance, this whole fight, yeah, was worth all the bad stuff in the war arc. I would say, of course, if he could remove all the bad stuff, all the filler, all the weird decisions, it would be even better. But I would say he kind of saved it. That's what I want to say. Not that there are not also other great stuff, like there are other fights who which will happen in this arc. Also Obito, of course. It was Kakashi. Um, but yeah, him like establishing to be the new biggest villain uh, until another character appears. Great, awesome. He is what Orochimaru wishes to be. Konohamaru, instantly new worst character. So if Danzo is the devil, Konohamaru for me is the devil as a child. You take everything that's bad and evil about the devil and make him a kid, so make him annoying. So of course Konohamaru is not like bad in the way that like he is a bad person or something like this. But he is so incredibly annoying, like even more than Karen. It's insufferable. I hate this character with a passion. And I'm so fucking angry that he became strong enough to beat one of the pain buddies. And so many characters died against the pain buddies. Actually, the whole fucking village died against pain, right? And he was able to defeat one of those. Is making me so pissed that Kishimoto, for some reason, decided to give this character so much power. Really, really sad about that. Kakashi's father, I forgot his name. I can't rank him. We know nothing about him. I know who he is, so Omega Lul doesn't fit perfectly, but we don't know shit about him. His visual design is interesting, I guess, but he was a good guy who sacrificed. No, he killed himself because I think what was it? His group got annihilated and he couldn't take it or something like this. And he was against the philosophy of the how ninjas should work, shouldn't abandon their teammates, stuff like this. But yeah, we just don't know shit about him. Like we didn't see anything about him. Kushina. Again, probably my female character bias is coming out, but liked I like her visual design. I like her character even though it's a bit too much on the whole angry mom shtick. But the scene the scene with her and Naruto meeting for the first time was so fucking wholesome, so I can't put her any lower than at least like. But also she doesn't do a lot. So I guess if Haku is like my wholesome character, I will put her around here. I think this looks fine because he's also a great guy and he can at least fight, and I just really like Tayuya's design. Actually, now that I see them besides each other, is Tayuya maybe somehow connected to Uzumaki? Would be interesting backstory if it was true. Oh god, I forgot his name. The eight-tailed. So if Shukaku is here and Shukaku is super bland, this guy has to be below because not only is he just a tailed beast, just like Kurama, I don't like his visual design. I think it's interesting, that whole like bull combined with octopus, but it feels kind of off, mismatched, a bit like Shukaku design wise. And I hate his personality. Holy shit, he's super annoying. Actually, I did just say hate, so let's put him down here. But I don't hate him as much. Yeah, no, I don't hate him as much as Black Zetsu. Also, saying hating Black Zetsu is it's more plot wise. I don't hate Black Zetsu from a character because he doesn't have one. Oh, another character I don't like, Killer Bee. Now listen, Kishimoto said, let's gamble. Let's make a character who is this supposed to be a bit annoying character, rapper, like out of place character, let's call him like this wild guy, and see how he hits. I have no idea how the community is seeing Killer Bee. I think he is omega annoying, but at least he has hands. So I won't put him on hate. But I will put him pretty low. So, oh, but he's so annoying. I really don't like him. Was it? No, no, no. He has to be hate. He has to be. Do I hate him more than Kuronai? No, not Kuronai. Karen. No. So let's put him here. I really don't like him. No, even if he has hands. Like I can't remember a single scene where I thought like, yeah, that's nice. He had a cool fight with his brother, but it was against Kisame, so fuck that. Um, Now another character that I really don't like. I dislike the Raikage more than him. The Kagas are really shitty. Yeah, well, he technically was a Kaga. So actually, fuck this guy. He's just really angry all the time. Yeah, no, don't like him. I can't remember. He's just like this fucking 50s father who's beating his child up and can't smile. Oh, I don't remember shit about her. I know she marries Choji, but I can't remember her character. I think she was a bit rougher. I just realized they didn't put in the blonde one. So I will put Omega Lol. I can't rate her just as him. I don't even remember his name. Darui, the other hand, not as annoying and super cool power. And alone because of the power and the design and his character, I will put him in like. And I like his power this much that I will put him below Neji. I mean Black Lightning. Like how cool is Black Lightning? You have to love Black Lightning. Onoki, yeah, fuck this guy. All these Kage are fucking trash, man. Design wise, yeah, little old man, nothing special. Pretty uninteresting design. But his power is really cool. I really like his disintegration jutsu, so I don't hate him, I guess. But if I think on these characters, I definitely would put him around here somewhere, I think. I guess I like him more than the dog and more than Chio, but less than Guy. That's fair. Ibizu, okay. Now, Ibizu is the worst. It's kind of like a mix of Iruka and Jiraiya. It's all the bad stuff of Jiraiya with all the pervert thing, and the uselessness of Iruka. So I have to put him on hate. But he's not as bad. Like it's not like it's more like an eye rolling bad. So I guess I will put him above Baki. That's fair. Oh no, Humegalul, like to the brim. I don't remember shit about her. What the fuck did she even do? I know she does become Tsushikage, I think, but I can't remember shit what she did, done, and what's so on. No backstory, designers, whatever. May. Again, two great reasons to be liked. But other than her visual design, I actually like her hair. Now that I realize, I haven't talked about hair a lot. I think hair is the one thing that actually makes anime characters stand out. Duh. If anybody has watched Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, I actually like it. Also, you can't see them here, but her clothes. I think she has like a blue dress, which was at least something for Naruto. But other than that, yeah, just a pretty woman. Her power is, mm, it's okay. It's nothing super interesting. I think I would put her on the low like though. Again, I guess the female buff. So somewhere, yeah, let's put her in the woman's squad. Let's put her here below Shizuna. Let's put her between. Yeah, I like this. They got the new friend there. Omega Lul to the brim. Don't remember shit about those guys. Maybe I should also put him on Omega Lul, but at least he died. Again, if you die, I will I will give you something unless you are this guy and this guy. If you die on screen and not in a flashback. That's the rule now. I think he was called Mifune. He was also a bit of a nothing burger, but at least I can remember him a bit, having a bit of character in Showtime. He fought against Hanzo, I think. I think actually it's cool having like a guy who doesn't fight with ninjutsu, but he's a samurai, right? But I can't put him on like, so I guess it's somewhere in this area. I think it's cool. Azuma's also cool. I think I can put him a bit above Azuma. Nah, fuck this. Azuma is actually a backstory, not a backstory, but actually screen time. So yeah, let's put him there. Okay, I think Mu is his name. Do I just put those three on Humegalul? Actually, no. Because I like his jutsu and I like his character more than Onoki, so let's put him just above him. And the same for this Raikage. If I remember correctly, he was even worse than the Raikage. So let's put him there. And this guy, he was just cocky. I didn't like him. Yeah, I didn't like him, so it would be somewhere here. But I didn't hate him. I think Chio kinda. Let's put Onoki in there. Like, did I like him? I disliked him definitely more than Onoki. Chio. Yeah, oh shit. Why not here? He was just a too cocky guy, I would say. And then, oh, fuck those guys. So, I guess at least they could fight. So, let's put them there. I could put them on Humega Lul, but at least I can remember them fighting, which is something, right? So, uh, yeah, I guess that's all. They had like this fight against 1010, right? At least they gave 1010 some show, but yeah, these guys were just minions. They were just there to be killed. I could put them on neutral, but I thought no, I I I dislike the design. Like I think they had like a pretty obnoxious character, so let's keep them there. Oh, Rikudo Zenin. That's pretty neutral. That's like a perfect neutral, I would say. Like nothing bad, nothing good about this guy. He just is there and kind of he's like the fucking narrator of the story. So let's put him to Shino. He's cooler than Shino though. Here's some actually he's also cooler than Kankuro. He has some powers, but he's a samurai, so that's still pretty cool, right? Zabuza, let's think about Haku. I think I like Haku more than Zabuza, but I like Zabuza. I think great first villain. Also, again, this whole he is a bad guy, but he's not like evil, evil. He is, again, more like a mercenary. Cool ability. He fucking humbled Kakashi, by the way. Again, did I mention the fucked up power scaling? Let's put him somewhere around here. Sure, why not? Just below Neji and Haku. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Now that I think about it, I like Rin more than those guys. I like Rin just as much as Haku. Yeah, she was just a nice person. She was just lovely. Just like Kushina. You know what? Put her to Kushina. They can be friends here. Now let's come to maybe some, how would you call it? Precarious rankings, or just the more important characters, I guess. Let's take the least, what you call it? Bad take, however you want to look at it. Actually, I don't know. Maybe there are a lot of Naruto haters. I like Naruto. I think he's pretty solid main character. Um, Super annoying in the beginning, but he's supposed to be annoying. Great growth, but he becomes really stale at the ending. The whole I'm doing everything for Suzuka stuff and so on. He becomes too serious, I would say, and he kind of loses like this charm he had when he is a kid, I would say, and even in early Shippuden. But still, great powers. Like, I mean, he's the main character, so I would put him. How much do I like him though? I do like him. He's a great main character. So I think I have to be careful that I don't rank him just because he's strong. But I do like strong characters. What am I talking about? Right there, perfect. It's my subjective ranking. Let's take the next. Maybe not that. Missing the word right now. Controversial pick. What is my next not so controversial pick? Probably Sasuke. Now, I think Sasuke is cool. I will say so much. I think he looks cool. The Sharingan is cool. The Uchiha are cool. His powers are cool. His sword is cool. Chidori is cool. Kirin is awesome. His Susanoo is not that cool. Um, but he is an annoying little shit in early Naruto, like in small Naruto. Like small Sasuke would be probably an F tier, like a hate or don't like. But all in all, if we look at how Sasuke developed and also how important he is and also how strong he is, again, I like strong characters. Um, I will put him in actually like. Now the question is where? If I just pick a character, I think he's above Akatsuki, but I don't think he's above Jiraiya. So probably he has a space. Well, actually, he can just join his old Akatsukis, right? So I think that's fine. Also, I think he has a great redemption arc in the last fight against Naruto. In general, this whole last fight was fucking awesome. I think at some point I will also try to rate every fight. This would be interesting. But yeah, one of the best endings maybe the best ending in Shonen I've seen. Actually, how many Shonen have ended? Not a lot. Like big ones at least. Wait, Naruto is the first one, right? Bleach didn't end yet, the anime at least, and One Piece will never end. Okay, DBZ, I guess. Yeah, I think it's better than the fight versus Kid Buu and versus Jiren. So one of the best fights ever. Next, let's talk about Kakashi. Okay, now Kakashi, this one might be controversial. I know there are a lot of Kakashi glazers. Like they love him. I agree his visual design is cool, like um, white hair, the mask, the one-eyed Sharingan with the how do you call it? The scratch. Don't remember the word. Um, the whole coping stuff, which they kind of forgot about in Shippuden, I guess. But what I don't like about Kakashi is his whole power scaling is completely off. He got fucked by Zabuza in the first arc. He got fucked by Pain. He completely fucked up Kakutsu though. And then he became Omega Chat in the War arc. Just like, bro, what the fuck did this guy eat during the war? Um, I still like him though. I I don't definitely don't dislike him, and I don't see him as neutral. But I don't love him, so he won't be in this area. So the question is how much you like him. His Shidori is like his thing that's really cool about him. The sad thing is Suzuka also has it. So I will have to rank him around here. So definitely above Tayuya, I would say. Above Kakuzu, above Deidara, fair, Sazori. Now we start talking. Do I like him more than Conan? No, let's put him here. Also, Hidan is just such a fucked up character. I love it. Next one, Hinata. Mm, okay, this one might be a controversial one. I don't like Hinata, so she won't be in the like tier. I don't hate her though. I don't like this type of character. I don't like this whole super shy, super in love, can't do anything on her own. She gets a bit of a redemption in the Pain arc, but this also kind of felt like just to make Naruto angry, I guess, which was the idea, right? But it was all too sudden, and she is a really non-character in my eyes. Even though her character is to be shy and love and all this stuff, I don't like this trope. So that's why I'm gonna put her. To be honest, she's still a nice human, right? So she has a great character. So I guess somewhere in this area, I can't put her below Ino though. So let's make friends there. Now, okay, now we have three potentially controversial characters left. Let's talk about Kaguya. Okay. Kaguya is for a lot of people the worst. The worst thing that's happened to Naruto. I agree she was not needed. She was a character written in like it felt like written in the last second to create Boruto. I think he could still have written Boruto by later introducing Kaguya. Completely unnecessary. Just make Madara the main villain. So does this make me hate her though? I did hate the Black Zetsu because of this specific reason, but the Black Zetsu is only a blob. She actually got, was it like 3 episodes? Maybe only one, I don't remember, about her backstory, which was interesting at least. Like, she also got a bit fucked and she just turned evil because of all the chakra shit, right? So that's why I want to give her at least a don't like or neutral. I don't like her definitely, but she at least has this power, right? She has the backstory. It's like this, I don't know, fucking supernatural being which allows Boruto to exist. So I will put her on neutral. The question is where. I won't put her below the dog. No, nobody gets below the dog because she got a backstory. She got more info than Rikudo Zenon actually. And I think that's the perfect space because he got a sword and he got chakra blades. and they are just more interesting women. So let's keep her there. Perfect balance, right? Kinda in the middle, I think. Now, let's do maybe let's do a bit of like how would you call it? Try to create a bit of tension. If you know me, you know what will happen. But I will say that one of those characters is my favorite character, and one of those characters is, I would say, one of the worst characters. If you have not looked at my profile picture yet, you might still be maybe thinking about it or on the verge, but I think it's pretty obvious. The one and only, the GOAT, the best character in all of fiction, Itachi Uchiha, has to be up there. And with that, I kind of wanted to try out like one really high character and one really low character. Now, a lot of people fucking hate Sakura, but still, I want to give a bit of controversy at the end. I don't hate her. I don't like her. So she's somewhere in this column. The problem I see with Sakura is um, she's kind of like a miss from the beginning. She's a character who only exists so she can glaze Sasuke and then have this tragic like, oh, she's in love with him, but he doesn't appreciate or doesn't share his love, or I don't know how you call it in English. He doesn't feel the same about her, and he just fucks off and wants to get stronger to beat Itachi. And that's all she does in early Naruto. She has a rivalry with Ino, yeah, but still the fight was good. That's kinda it. Also, she's the love interest for not love interest, the love target of Naruto in the beginning, I guess. Also, kinda this all gets thrown overboard. She has a great fight with Chio against Sasori, although I don't think she should have won that because Sasori is a fucking 1,000 times cooler than her, and she should be way too weak, even if Chio is with her to beat Sasori, in my opinion. But she kinda redeems herself and she becomes important in the overall story, and she kinda like, yeah, becomes like Tsunade. But the difference is to Tsunade, I would say, Tsunade is not as obnoxious as Sakura, at least in my head. And the whole thing about Sakura at the end is she's this angry woman, strong woman, and so on. She doesn't have like she doesn't share so much like consideration to others, in my opinion. So that's why I will put her. Do I hate her more than Orochimaru? No, let's put her there. I think that's fine. And then let's talk about the GOAT, the one and only, the best character in fiction to have ever existed. And I mean this with complete seriousness. There's a reason why I have him as my profile picture. I think that Itachi is the coolest fucking character who was ever written. I loved Itachi even before it was revealed that he was a good guy, which sounds kind of fucked up. When Naruto came out, I was like in my early. No, I wasn't even a teen. I was a kid. I was really young, and I loved Naruto. I loved the whole concept. It was awesome. It was like One Piece, but a bit more serious. Like there were people were actually dying. People were fucking. There were kids fighting for survival, fucking the Hunger Games, man. And there were more brain in the fight, at least in the early Narutos, right? If you think of Shikamaru or even Naruto fighting against Neji, stuff like this. Even our Zero IQ Naruto got a pretty sneaky win on one of the strongest character in early Naruto, namely Neji. And then when Itachi appeared, this guy who was kind of like talked about with Sasuke, this whole thing about he hates this guy, he fucking killed everybody. This guy appears and he is fire from second one. He fucks up everybody. I already talked about how he absolutely demolished Kurunai. He completely fucked up Kakashi. Again, power scaling. Kakashi at the end, War Arc, and Kakashi at the beginning. He gets not that saying Itachi is weak. Itachi is one of the strongest characters, in my opinion, that ever existed in any fiction. I will fight you guys for that, about that. Um, he just completely dominates them. Doesn't talk about anything. Just like shows up. Hey, I'm the guy who fucking killed every Uchiha in the fucking whole village. I'm gonna slap your ass and then go away. That's all he did. And I think that's so cool. Also, a reason why I like Kisama so much because he basically did the same thing. Although they could have fucked up Guy a bit more, in my opinion, and I guess also Asuma. But maybe they were more fucked up than I think. I guess actually Asuma also got a lot of shit. Then the second scene where he reappears in the Tsunade arc. This was not so strong. I think it was neat. This whole meeting with Sasuke again after all this time. It showed again how much stronger Itachi is than Sasuke. I think it was necessary to do at some point, and it was a cool and important scene. But yeah, nothing special, right? They didn't even fight really. And then of course the fight against Sasuke, which in my opinion is it the best fight in Naruto? To, to be fair, yeah, I think it is. In all of Naruto Shippuden, I think that's the coolest fight. The whole scene with the beginning with him sitting on the throne, showing that it was all a genjutsu to Sasuke all along. The whole finger gesture, peak writing. Holy shit, how cool is this? I haven't even talked about the visual design of Itachi. Look at this guy and don't tell me this guy is not fucking cool. Everything about screams edgy, and I guess that's also a thing I like. Just edgy, strong characters who can show that they are strong, who have something to show. Um, about the fight against Sasuke, also the everything was depicted. It wasn't only it was genjutsu. They fought. I think they fought a bit of taijutsu, and even fucking shurikens were used. They used everything that was used in the Naruto, implemented in the Naruto universe. Fireball jutsus, fucking Amaterasu, fucking he survived the fucking Kirin. This guy had stage 10 cancer, got completely bolted with 10 million. What is the? I don't know what the measure is for thunder and lightning and so on, but he got completely shafted with that. Stood up and then started to call it Susanoo just because the writer wanted it. To be honest, he could have killed Sasuke thousand million times in this fight, but he just wanted to have this cool ending, which for writing reasons, awesome, super made. And also, again, just by the side, also fucked up Orochimaru again, and opened this door to the next level of the Uchiha in general. And then of course the whole reanimation stuff I won't talk about too much. Also beautiful scenes, awesome revelation and so on, awesome ending. But the scene that the most beautiful was the most beautiful, where the twist was basically opened or was revealed that Itachi was good all the time. My profile picture when he died and tapped the Sasuke on the head for last time, just as he did in the past in the flashbacks, which is just absolutely beautiful. Peak writing, peak character. I will maybe at some time also talk about the whole dilemma with him killing his clan and this not being a good act, of course. But I think that's like more of a moral discussion, and is like its own topic that I don't want to discuss right now. But yeah, with that, I think a great first ranking. I hope you had fun. I talked a lot, but it's also a lot of characters, and it's also about a series that's really dear and important to my heart. There were a lot of characters that didn't appear that also didn't have a lot of showtime. Like, right, let's name the seven sword ninjas, for example. So, but to those, I probably wouldn't have said much besides maybe their visual appearance and their skills. But I think this was a pretty good list, and I am interested what you think of it. If you have maybe some things to say, if you have some things to add, some other opinions, I'm also really interested in hearing what you think about my takes and hearing your own takes, of course, and maybe hearing where you completely disagree, or maybe I had something completely wrong in my memory and completely missed a character on the list. But again, I guess it's kind of my individual meaning. And if you have your own one, please don't kind of like get upset or angry or something like this. I would rather know what your favorites are and why than argue about which character is better. And with that, I hope you had a lot of fun with the first episode of Ranked Ranking.